all of a sudden, it just got completely quiet. And so, you know, of course, I wanted to look up to see what was going on, see if I needed to get out of there. But what had happened, there was this gorgeous female that just walked in to 24-hour fitness. And she just gathered everyone's attention. And so everyone, I don't know, what do they call it, spandex or something, but whatever way she moved, her outfit moved. And all of the guys, of course, now they really pumping now, you know. They were, oh man. And so the little guy next to me, he says, hey, Dr. You know, what kind of machine can I get on to impress this lady? You know? And I thought for a second, and his name is Rodney. I said, Rodney, for you, your best bet is to go get on that ATM machine out in the lobby. That's your best bet. Okay, all right. Let's have a man from Central come up and introduce our speaker. Then we'll get around and we'll introduce you to some of our other guests.
Good afternoon, my name is Maurice Barstow. On behalf of the Medal of Honor of the Southwest and Central College, I would like to welcome you to the first annual Men's Empowerment Networking Conference. The 2015 4-day Men's Conference is basically focusing on providing current and prospective male students a platform to gain pivotal insight on topics such as understanding of basic financing, becoming entrepreneurs, using careers, resources, and garnering understanding into the legal system. With that being said, I am pleased to present to you Mr. John Whaley. Mr. Whaley will address us today on how to find money and speaking the language of power. In addition, we will have a smart financial credit union and Houston Community College financial aid coaches. Mr. Whaley?
That's me. Thank you. Okay. How's everyone doing today? Good. How many people got out of class to be here? Raise your hand high. Okay. Everybody sign a sheet that you need to sign to make sure that you're here. Don't skip out early. I'll go scratch your name off. Okay, so my name is John Whaley. They asked me to come out here and speak to you about entrepreneurship. It's a very broad topic. The college here actually specializes in entrepreneurship. One of the best in the nation, been recognized for it many times. My history goes a little something like this. I was poor, I wanted to get rich, we did not work a few times, then finally I made a little money, and I got poor again, then I went back and gathered my funds and got my stuff together again. So I'm going to share with you some of the lessons I learned along the way. Because one of the coolest things about this whole setup right here, having the male initiative and all us being here right now, and ladies, if you know a male, share this information with them. And use it yourself. One of the coolest things is just a matter of like, let's see, 12, 13, 14 months ago, I was a student here. And I went over to, I think, Reliant or wherever we graduated from, and I actually had a little tassel flip from one side to another. So I graduated from Houston Community College just last year. I've attended this college for almost 10 years. I've worked at this college for almost 6 years. The reason it took so long is I grew up in a small town where entrepreneurship was just a way of life. In other words, if you want to eat, you have to go out and hunt for dollars. We farmed, we built houses, we did construction, we owned auto dealerships, we did all kinds of stuff. We had paper routes. How many of you have a paper route? Anybody have a paper route? Do you have a digital paper route? Do you have an online social network paper route? Anything? It's okay. So we learned to do what we call today hustle and grind early on. Because that's the only way you can get ahead. So I decided that hustling and grinding was cool, but it really wasn't the thing for me because I noticed when I turned on the TV, especially in my 20s, there were people that really worked hard. And they managed to come up with 100, maybe even 150, $200,000 a year in income. It seemed like a lot of money until I met people who make $1 million, $2 million a day. So I knew right away I was on the wrong path, like, okay, I'm doing something wrong here. and all the study in small business and learning all this stuff about how to make your money, make more money, and it didn't really make sense because I kept confusing being a labor part of the equation, working, grinding, sweating, doing surgery, shooting baskets, with the people who put up the money. And so the first lesson I'm going to drive home with you today, the first lesson, how many of you want to make money? Show your hand. Lots of money. Real money. You ain't got to do anything tomorrow kind of money. That many people, right? Here's the craziest secret on earth that no one's hiding from you. In order to make money, you have to actually know what money is. That's why I'm excited I'm paired up with all the financial people today. Because real entrepreneurs, real ones, not the ones that just play it on TV and drive in fancy cars, real entrepreneurs know two things. My attorney and my CPA are the only two people in this world I need. I don't need no social marketing person. I don't need any SEO. I don't need any of that. Because you youngsters are going to become deal makers. You're going to make deals. There's plenty of people who will spend their whole life on that treadmill running. I'm hustling. Got a picture on Facebook of me meeting with a client. I'm grinding. I'm sweating. I'm doing it. I'm so big. Look at me. Be like me. Meanwhile, up in the Woodlands, up in River Oaks, up in Bel Air, over at West U, down in Clear Lake, and a few parts of South Park, Central Park, 5th Ward, 3rd Ward, there's some people quietly sitting there saying, oh, like 1,500 rent houses. I got an equity stake in almost 14 businesses here. No one knows my name. My net worth is so expansive, my kids can't wait till I pass away. I got so much money. You never see him tweet. You never see him in a suit. You never see him sweat. And you never knew the millionaire next door could have been you. But you got to make a decision. Are you going to learn about money, or are you going to learn about your passion? I like drawing, John. Okay, draw. How does that make money? Doesn't matter. I was told if I keep trying, keep drawing, it's going to make me money because passion drives. No. The needs of others that have resources with money that pay you that's what drives. So, well, John, I want to go out and help poor people. Go out and make money, and you can help all the poor people in the world you want to. That's not the message you're going to get over and over and over and over again. Because for a lot of people to tell you, write a business plan. Sure, that helps once you figure out who really needs your product and has some money. Go see your banker. Sure, if you have perfect credit. Go take a class on business development. That's great. Now you just spent a whole lot of time learning about business and what? You still don't understand money. You don't understand where it comes from. You don't understand what drives it. How many of you know what drives the money here in Houston? Just blurt it out. Yes. Oil? What else?
Let me get it.
What drives money here in Houston? Healthcare? Medical? Who else? Let's take one more. Yes. Technology. All awesome answers. But the reality of it is, no, none of those drive money in Houston. What drives money in Houston is somewhere in the world somebody needs electricity to do something. Someone wants to help a relative not be sick anymore. Somebody wants to have higher speed internet connection. We just happen to have the companies that solve that problem. Need is what drives money. That's why in a lot of groups I sit down and say, buy your community first. That doesn't work because you don't control one of the two things in the game of money football. See, in money football, you either must control the people, you influence them, you know, your favorite star, I put it on my back, it hurts, icy hot. Yeah, come by icy hot. Or you actually control the resource itself, the salt mines, the oil, the fields, the labor. If you control one of the two, you get to call the shots. If you don't, your job is to hustle to get to one end zone or the other. So in reality, who controls the market and who makes this market drive is the highest bidder, the person out there spending their money. For instance, let's just say we want to go to battle. So this group of people right here, we all decided that we're going to go out and we're going to make $100 million this year. All in favor say aye? Let me try that. We're going to go out and we're going to decide to make $100 million this year. And we're going to split it amongst all of us. We're going to split it, share it. All in favor of making $100 million say aye? Aye. It's more likely. $100 million is nothing. Think about this. 100 people with $1 million. 100 people with $1 million. The There's 13 billionaires, 16 billionaires in Houston, 100 people with $1 million. Let's break down $1 million. How many $50,000 houses do we have to sell? I'll make it easier. How many $100,000 houses do we have to sell to get to $1 million?
100.
10? It's amazing.
100.
Brain drain. So when you start thinking about money in terms of breaking it down into little pieces the way the rich do, the way the wealthy do, and you stop thinking about, man, you know, wow, I'd be happy one day if I made 18 bucks an hour, 15 bucks an hour, make my first $1 million. No. When you start thinking about, John, where's all the money in the world coming from? And you start looking around because they have it online. The neatest part about you being at HCC right now is how many of you have your card, your ID card? Raise your hand if you have an ID card for Houston Community College. That means you have access to resource databases that we pay thousands of dollars a month as business owners to get into. I can go in right now and tell you what we export to Mexico for $17 billion a year. What we send to the BRIC as a whole. And if you as youngsters aren't learning this stuff early on, how am I going to help you make $100 million? So we decided we're going to make $100 million. Everybody said, yeah. They said, John, how are we going to do this? We're going to put everybody in Dallas, San Antonio, and New Orleans to work. We're going to make them get up every single day, go to their employer, go to their savings account, whatever it takes, and we're going to make them go online, go to our stores, go to our shops, and deposit that money with our organizations. We're going to then import that money into our economy, which is right here, and we're going to build big fancy skyscrapers. We're going to make sure all you guys have brand new Corvettes and Maseratis. Ladies, Rodeo Drive is yours. And we're going to be the leading example of what it is to be number one. If none of you got it, I said we had to export our talent to another region of the world, take their money, bring it back here. That's how you get rich. How you become wealthy is you stop buying businesses, you stop building businesses, and you start buying up other people's mistakes. Imagine if you're sitting in class and your buddy just bought a brand new set of Beats headphones. Everybody know what Beats headphones are? Yeah, go Dr. Dre, go. They just bought a pair of Beats, but they need the answer to the test because they didn't study. So they say to you, I'll trade these Beats if you help me study. Just tell me the answer. Anybody ever seen this scenario? You then absorb this person's $299 Beats for the exchange of one answer. You have now swallowed his revenue stream in a way. You've now gained something worth $300 for what? Something you had on inventory anyway, right? You have to learn to start using your brain to buy up people's mistakes. When Radio Shack closed, I'll never forget. So for you youngins that go to the big box things, Radio Shack was this little space when I was young, we used to all go into, and that's when we started building those speaker boxes with 15-inch speakers and crossover wires and all this stuff. We were doing it big. Radio Shack is this electronics store that slowly made bad decisions over and over again. So I went in there to liquidate one of the shops because I'm like, oh, nobody knows this one's closing. I got beat to the punch by a youngin'. Some college students that realized, dude, I just came in and bought everything in here, and guess what they did with it? On eBay. Everything in that store was dirt cheap. They swallowed up the revenue stream of Radio Shack. Went home, got some more friends, and beat me to every single Radio Shack I could find. I Googled them all. We had a big strategic map, like go get it all. Because this is one of those fun things I can do with my youth entrepreneurs. Because they still had cameras and nice equipment and high dollar ticket price items up there. But they beat me to the punch. Right now the world is beating most of you to the punch. How many people graduate within the next 2 years that are going to school here? Raise your hand if it's the next 2 years of 2-year college. Work with me. How many people graduate within the next 2 years? When you guys get out of here? What age group are you? We'll hold. What is it? What year? You're in 10th grade? Somebody said 7th grade? Okay. So we have a group of 10th graders over here, right? That's why I keep looking at them like you're the future. I just finished doing 2 terms of youth entrepreneurship here with the school through A-Leaf High School. And it was incredible. I mean, it was incredible. Our kids did incredible. At some point, I got to make sure that everyone in this room understands it's not about the hustle and grind. The buying up the revenue stream thing is awesome. But it all kicks off with who you keep as your neighbor and friend. You cannot make money off of people who wish they had money. You cannot learn much from people who wish they had power. You cannot learn much from people who wish they were number one. Okay? I can tell you, I'm a 45-year-old guy, and I looked at a picture when I was your age, and I was that size, and then I looked at one of our radio programs that were televised or whatever, and I was just this little fluffy ball. That's why he said going to the gym. I'm like, yeah. You got to go out and find the number one person, not in your little neighborhood, not in your little section, not in your little space. You got to find the number one person in the world. And you got to figure out how did they do it. How does someone on Wall Street make $68 million per day? How do they do it? They don't hide it from you. Yet you guys will get excited, not you specifically, but many in this field will get excited about, man, if I could just win a contest for $5,000 and get a business together and I could one day maybe, break even after 5 years and beat the 70% failure and blah, 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 blah. If you just understand your network will make or break you. Literally. If you hang with those that already have money and are already making money, not hustling for it, they have money and they're making money. Not working at the facilities, but they have money and they're making money. Meaning they have to make the tough decisions every day as how to allocate their resources. These people will tell you things that will hurt your head because it's been in front of you the whole time. And you will start to see everything in your life change. So I'm going to pick on this young table. You guys jump in if you want to. This is an open conversation. I'm just standing up here, but we got some 7th graders just playing. Over here. How many know who Drake is? The guy just slowly dies off. It's a bell curve. How many of you listen to rap? This is a male initiative. How many of you listen to positive rap? Don't listen to positive rap. Don't listen to negative rap. Until you get your mind wrapped around what is money. Like, I couldn't listen to TV. When I started Goldman Sachs and this 10,000 Small Business Initiative, I knew my shortfall was the financial planning section of it. Not that I didn't know it, but I had to know it well enough to go in there and talk to business owners that have been doing what they've been doing for many, 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 many years, and they're alphas, and they think they're like know-it-all, and they think they run the world. They just happen to be struggling right now and need help. So I had to make sure that when I walked in, there was very little that was going to come out of their mouth that would have me looking ignorant sitting in front of me. You get it? So I studied. I went to YouTube. Video after video after video. Cash flow, projections, all this other stuff. IPOs, learning this stuff. I'm like, money. I got to learn money. These people want to make more money. I don't care about leaving out their company. I don't care about doing all this stuff. I got to learn about money, money, money. So when they asked me, John, you think this is a good decision? I don't know. Does it make money? Well, I mean, eventually. Nope. Then the answer is no. So you gotta learn about money. Financial side, global, where the stuff is coming from, where it's going, who's in charge of it, what are their intentions. How many people in here want to start a nonprofit, do something good and help the community? Because I heard them talking about it. What do you want to do? Pharrell in the house. No, he said he wants to help people be happy. Well, what do you mean by that? Elaborate, I'm just curious. Oh boy, you got to spend a lot of money with you. He wants them to help let go of their negativity. Who else has a non-profit or not very much profit? Yes? Help the elderly and disabled in the community. I feel that because that's a money-making venture. Because I'm getting old and I'm going to need help. You have one?
Yeah. I want to create an agency.
Prison coach? Okay. Absolutely good. Again, so that's a good one. All of them are good. We just got to define yours better. The sooner you can define what it is you're trying to do, The sooner you start hanging around people that have resources, real money, and I'm going to tell you when I close out where you need to go for all that, the sooner you have people that can help you get there. See, the neat thing about money is there's more of it on earth than there'll ever be people that can do something with it worthwhile. So if my money's just parked here right now, and I'm looking over and I say, oh, I got $7 million sitting over there, it's making 0.01 on a good day. I sure wish somebody would come into my life and say, I could turn that into 1% return. Now, if you're just an average person on the street, you don't know anything about money, you're like, 1% return, that's nothing. I'm like, it's on $7 million. Okay? So that little $70,000 chunk change covers my fees on something else versus me making absolutely nothing on it. So sure, I'll give you $7 million for your business if you can prove to me you know what you're doing. So, you got anything to write with, youngins? You're going to stay on that. Community. The first thing you need to acquire as far as talent, project management skills, okay? There's plenty of books. You're at a school that has it. Small business owners do not have project management skills. It's just not taught. They rather teach you how to up your Facebook and get your social media and SEO, build your website and write a book and become a speaker and blah, 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 blah. Before they tell you, you need the skills to determine what you plan to do, how you plan to do it, and what resources you have to do it with. You want to learn that. The next thing you need to do is improve your communication skills. In other words, to get up here on stage, to get online and write, to be able to cite your material and reference your material and come up with in-depth, non-biased kind of looks at different angles of life and things like that. You have to improve your communication skills. Life will not be, At some point, whether you're stopped by the police or you're sitting in front of Randall Reed and he wants you to open up Planet Ford 7, you have to be able to articulate what your project is and how you plan on rolling it out. But there's no class for project management unless you're IT and construction. And there's plenty of people walking around talking about, yeah, I teach project management to small business owners. But it works. You have to take it upon yourself to get online, Google, YouTube. Anytime you do a Google search, you can do something as simple as put in there site, SITE, EDU. That ensures that all your results coming back in a regular Google search are from an education or a foundation of education, from a school or something like that. So I'll go in and look for PDFs by file type, I'll look for docs, DOCs, I'll look for all this stuff to get information on how do you project manage, how do you do project management, how do you do this stuff, what is it? You got any questions? Okay. So now we have project management communication, your ability to communicate, practice. Watch your favorite comedian, watch your favorite pastor, watch whoever you have to, watch your favorite actors, watch them be able to get on stage and be all charismatic up here. I'm nervous right now. Totally lying. But the point is, it took a while to get there. Okay? The last thing you have to learn, and it's the most important because when I ask you where's the money coming from, you guys say oil and gas and all this. It's like, you're right, that's how we get in here. Those are the extractors we use to extract money from around the world. But why is it here? It's because of human behavior. Most of you think you have game when you're talking to the ladies, right? Watch this. Hey girl, this is my favorite line. Yeah. You're working your human behavior part of your brain. You're trying to anticipate the needs of another person. Now I need you to turn that off and turn it on towards the economy. And you need to listen to, what does the world need? Why are these people throwing Molotov cocktails out here? Why are they mad? What is going on? What do you mean there's a food shortage? What do you mean 1,000 people, 23 million people are living as refugees? What do you mean? What does all this mean? Where's the money going? How can I get in on this? How can I get in to help and solve problems? Oh, I just remembered, I'm a project management specialist for small business development, because that's what I do. So all I need to know is the scope of work. I need to know what resources I have, come up with a couple tasks, A, B, C, D, get to Z. Bam! That's entrepreneurship in a nutshell. Your ability to understand the behavior of others. The whole entire world is driven by greed and need. They feed off of ego and guilt. If you want to know what I mean, all you have to do is turn on the TV. If a commercial for Forward Focus comes on, you tell me who they're going after in this commercial. Are they going after guilt or ego? Oh my God, my car flipped over. Ma'am, this is OnStar. What's going on? I'm on fire. My baby's on fire. The world is horrible. Ma'am, don't worry. OnStar's here for you. We're going to take care of you. I'll call your medical provider right now and your husband. Charles, Lisa's there now, so you need to go there now. Oh my God, Lisa. Oh, the baby. Oh, we're cool. OnStar was there when these two had an accident. When you had OnStar on your bicycle. Or you sit there and perish. Which way did I go with it? Guilt! If your commercial doesn't have it, it's pointless. Every single commercial is going to take you that direction, or they're going to say, Todd couldn't get the ladies. We all do Forward Focus. Hi, Todd! The ladies love Todd when we do Forward Focus. That's right, Lisa. When you talked to me the other day, I got a Forward Focus. Which way are you going there? If you watch the trends, you watch how leaders lead their sheep, lead their people, they take you right to the money or they take you right to the influence, the source. That's what I'm saying. I got to get all of you studying the right stuff first. Then when you come, you take your classes in school, you're literally learning the mechanics to run in a corporate environment. All money is handled at the corporate level. Get this? I teach economic language of leaders, meaning you have to speak corporate, otherwise corporate can't hear you. Hey, I want to help you make money. I'm sorry, did he say, what? I couldn't hear him. Oh, I'm sorry, let's try again. I got some ROI over here. Oh, come on in, ROI. We don't get to keep the money, we share it. Get it? If I go to a small business owner and I say to them, hey, man, I'm going to help you add value to your business. They're going to say, add value to my business? Oh, sorry. Profits. Yeah, profits, man. Profits, all about the profits. No profits, no life, man. I can go to working class people and I can say to them, hey, I'm going to teach you how to generate more taxes, more revenue from taxes. And I say, what? I'm so sorry. Your wages. I'm going to improve your wages. Oh, wages. Too many small business owners say the wrong thing to the wrong people. Or they say the wrong thing to the right people. But either way, they don't get what they came for, which is the money, or the resources, the access to capital. So the first thing each of you need to learn is how to speak corporate. And you can do that by watching CNBC. Write it down. If you want to learn exactly what they say all day long, earnings up, shares down, drop in the market, bell rings, bell closes, in China, Nikkei, you listen. They're speaking corporate. And what do corporate do? They manage all the small business owners that do all the work. Get it? So I want you to at least come out of college and go to the corporate level, so you're closer to power. Then I want you to go from the corporate level to become owners, the people who own the corporations, buy shares. So with that said, the big three, so it's only a couple minutes to tell you something, but project management. If you ever see that pop up on the curriculum, you jump on that course, and you do not quit that course. Project management to you will be like a typing class to me when I was back in 1987-100. Okay? You work every single communication class you can get. Every time you have a chance to speak, you speak. You learn to deliver the message clear, fluidly, like you know what you're talking about. And lastly, you get a psych class, a psychology class, sociology class, whatever class that has to do with the behavior of humans, you work that class like there's no tomorrow. And with that, I'm telling you, if this table right over here is the future, each of you are competing on a major stage now between China, India, Russia, Brazil. You have lights on 24/7. You have running water 24/7. You have a library that cannot be matched. You have every single thing you need. The NFL won't make you rich watching. The draft is not going to make you rich unless you're in it or your cousin's in it. He made you the manager. Scandal won't make you rich. Hustle and flow of the empire won't make you rich. Those are products we put out on the market to keep you comfortable so you get up and go to work tomorrow and not start a riot. I want you to come to the other side and become an active investor, an entrepreneur, a person who controls it. Got it? I don't need to leave y'all out. There's some 7th graders over here. I'm just playing. I know you're not 7th grade. Anyway, any questions? Yes, sir.
Could you elaborate on 3 possible ways that the 7th graders that are here on patent, trademark, those particular areas?
Okay.
You've done extremely well. If you patent something, if you trademark, and you license it totally takes you out of the picture. And most of us coming out of working class have no knowledge of those 3 items.
Excellent. So the question or the suggestion was to explain more of what we call the intellectual property of things, okay? The neat thing about being in the U.S. is we get really serious about protecting our stuff, okay? That's why I said the first person I talk to is going to be an attorney. Because here's my thing on Shark Tank and all these different shows. If you come to me with a great idea, and it's like, oh my God, who didn't think of that? That's beautiful. But you don't have protection over it. You don't have a trademark over a part of it. You don't have copyright over your written or your songs or whatever you have. If you don't have it, you don't have a leg to stand on. And that's where, a lot of business owners, they want to secure their process. Like, oh, my process, I'm the first person to figure out how to clean a window with my eyes closed. I can't tell you the rest of it because it's tricky. Well, they come in there, they get on Shark Tank, they go to angels, or they go to venture capitalists, and they realize you don't own anything. Like, I could take your idea, and you don't have the money to fight me anyway. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to protect. So here's what I want you to Google. Intellectual property. Okay? If I even have so much of a sneeze of an idea, and I think I'm going to do it, which most times I come up with ideas and I don't, I just tell other people, maybe they'll do it. We have an attorney protected to the best of their ability at that moment. Then I don't care to share it. It's fine. So we got intellectual property? Huge. That's Coca-Cola, Michael Jordan, Super Bowl. All these things only have value because the government will step in and send somebody to your house to come get their money if you use it without their permission. That's why you guys up there making cute little songs on YouTube for your friends and girlfriends realize that's pirating music. That's why YouTube blocks a lot of the stuff you put up there. You got the background music. I do events here, and if in the background somebody's playing some music that's not mine, that's protected,